I used to work at a law firm in San Francisco that was just a couple blocks away from City Hall. And knowing everything I know now about what happened on November 10th of 1978 at City Hall makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Harvey Milk was the first openly gay man to be elected to public office in California as a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, basically city council. The trajectory of Harvey Milk's life belongs in textbooks, movies, and plays all over the world. We must remember and never forget how important his life and the work he did was for the LGBTQ+ community. We must remember and never forget the lengths real-life cucuys will go to try and bring down people that shine so bright they start to feel like a small star in the presence of the moon. Hello chismosas y chismosos, and welcome back to Bay Area Housewife of True Crime. I'm Audrey, former paralegal, current stay-at-home mom, lifelong lover of true crime. I like to tell the stories of the real cucuys and lloronas of the world, while also honoring and amplifying the lives of those we've lost. The cases I cover are wild. Topics may be triggering. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. People mentioned are innocent until proven guilty in court. With all that being said, grab your hot Cheetos and let's get started on today's case. Harvey Bernard Milk was born on May 22, 1930 in Woodmere, New York. Harvey grew up in a Jewish Lithuanian household. Those who knew Harvey have described him as the class clown. He excelled in sports and theater. Harvey graduated from Bayshore High School in Bayshore, New York in 1947. He attended New York State College for Teachers in Albany, majoring in math, and wrote for the college newspaper. Harvey joined the Navy during the Korean War, and after his superior found out he was gay, he was discharged in 1955. In April of 1956, when Harvey was 25, during a wild night in Miami, he got arrested along with 7 other of his friends. This was in the times where you can get arrested for simply dancing with someone with different organs in you. A police sergeant boasted about this arrest, and the Miami News had the audacity to print his words out about the arrest, and I quote, as a routine crackdown of perverts. Harvey landed a job as a teacher but quit after a year. Although probably one of the best teachers any kid could wish to have, he decided to leave his position in fear he would be publicly outed. And just as a reminder, the term outed means the act of disclosing someone's sexual orientation or gender identity without their consent. You see, gay sex was illegal in all 50 states. And at the time, you could not get a teaching license with this type of sexual deviancy charge on your record. In his 20s and 30s, Harvey dipped his toes in various career fields, from assisting in Broadway plays, retail, research, and finance. In 1956, he met and dated actor Joe Campbell in Queens. They moved to Dallas for a short period of time, where they both struggled to find work and eventually moved back to New York. They broke up in 1961 after almost 6 years together. At one point in his life, Harvey considered a lavender marriage with one of his best friends who was a lesbian. A lavender marriage is a term for when a gay man and a lesbian marry each other to fit in with social norms. The way he put it, and I quote, to have a front and each would not be in the way of each other. In 1962, Harvey started dating Craig Rodwell, a man 10 years younger than him. At the time, the law required men's swimwear to extend from below the umbilicus to below the thigh. Craig was arrested for indecent exposure and spent 3 days in jail. Harvey was not publicly out yet, and this put a strain on their relationship. They broke things off. In 1963, he started dating another young man named Jack Gallen McKinley. Jack had a tendency to threaten killing himself when he felt Harvey wasn't giving him enough attention. Harvey did not take this lightly, and in an attempt to shift his mindset, he actually took Jack to the hospital his ex, Joe Campbell, was admitted and healing from a recent actual suicide attempt when his boyfriend, Billy Sipple, left him. They broke up around 1969. Harvey moved to San Francisco in 1969 to see what the hype was all about. Pleasantly surprised to realize how freeing it was to simply exist in a bubble where he could live openly as a gay man. In 1971, Harvey meets and starts dating Scott Smith. He tells him about San Francisco, and together they moved to San Francisco permanently in 1972. That same year, 2,800 gay men are arrested in San Francisco for sodomy and forced to register as sex offenders. In comparison, New York had 60 arrests of that kind that same year. The hype previously mentioned was that after World War II, there was an influx of members of the LGBTQ+ community in San Francisco. Why? Well, as Elise Myers would say, great question, I would love to tell you. During this time, blue discharges were happening, which was a form of military discharge issued to people who were caught engaging in homosexuality activity. Port Mason was the last port in San Francisco before the war in the Pacific Ocean ended. 100,000 members of the LGBTQ+ community moved to the city between 1972 and 1977. Harvey quickly learned that the LGBTQ+ community needed an advocate, and in 1973, he ran to be part of the Board of Supervisors, unfavorably losing his campaign and 2 more after that.